This is Thomas Massie yesterday at the hearing, or I'm sorry, at the press conference where he talks about the claims that this is going to be another hoax and the Epstein files are a hoax.
Go ahead and play this clip.
I think it's shameful that this has been called a hoax. Hopefully today we can clear that up. This is not a hoax. This is real. There are real survivors. There are real victims to this criminal enterprise. And the perpetrators are being protected because they're rich and powerful and political donors to the establishment here in Washington, D.C.
Okay, so aside from that, I saw Gloria Allred calling out. I saw a bunch of different things. Is this Ro Khanna and what is he saying here?
This is Thomas Massie. He names one of the people implicated in the Epstein.
Yeah, because what he says with Ro Khanna, he says these kids, these girls, if they go out and say the names, they will be sued for the rest of their lives. He says, but I can do it. We are going to read out the names. So apparently him and Ro Khanna want to go out there and read off the names that they have because they're not worried about them being sued. But the people that know the names are being told by their lawyers to not leak the names because of specific reasons. Who knows? Gloria Allred, who is somebody who is representing, by the way, Gloria Allred, I believe, is representing 27 of the rape victims. Rob, can you validate is it 26 or 27? Gloria Allred, who is the GOAT in the space of, what do you want to call this? The
defending
sexual
females.
harassment stuff. She's been the one. One of the, a very good documentary about her will tell you why she is, 27 survivors she's representing. So she's representing 27 of the Epstein victims, and they're worried about going out and giving the names, but here's what Thomas Massie had to say. Go ahead, Rob.
I'll give you the name of one of the billionaires who's running $2 million of ads in my district since I started this effort. His name is John Paulson. He's a hedge fund manager and a major donor to the Republican Party, a major donor to the Speaker of the House, a major donor to the president's campaign, and he's in Epstein's black book. Now that's public, but that's indicative of the types of people who may be implicated or just embarrassed by a complete release of these files.
Okay, so Vinny, question to you.
Yes.
Do you still believe nothing's going to happen to the names? Do you still believe Thomas Massie's time is being wasted? Do you still believe Ro Khanna is wasting his time saying all the stuff that they're saying because nothing's going to happen? Or do you believe there's going to be a little bit of justice for some people out there?
What I wish, Pat, and what I know, like not what I believe is going to happen, are completely on the opposite. You know what I wish for? I want every single person, not just on the list, Pat. I want who was there, victim, corroborated story, footage that all of a sudden nobody knows where it is. No Cash Patel, no. Remember the 10,000 hours of footage? Yeah. Okay. What I'm starting to feel like is, because a lot of people are like, Trump's on it. Let's put that to the side. We're finding out that people like John Paulson, who is one of the biggest donors to the president, okay, is on that list, okay? And by the way, I do not like how everybody has turned on Thomas Massie. He's the only one, to me, him and like Marjorie Taylor Greene, that are actually still keeping this fire freaking lit and keeping it going. Okay, a lot of people are saying, what's her name? Gloria Allbright. This whole thing lost credibility because she's involved, because she's all, all about the glitz and the glamour. But think about it. John Paulson's one of them, Pat, if we have to think about it. Besides Bill Clinton, besides, the intelligence agency, which Paula Luna just came out and said that, and Rob, I might have sent it to you. Paula Luna said that the intelligence stuff, that the leaked documents have the CIA, have Israel, and have Russia, and I believe China. Everybody was... Now there's more countries involved? That's it. Pat, if you look right there, she says, in my opinion, there's definitely an intelligence connection. Countries named, and the lead attorney for the witnesses included Saudi Arabia, Russia, Israel, as well as former CIA director, inferred to the CIA director under the Bush administration.
It's more than just America or Mossad, you're saying? Now Russia and Saudi are involved?
All these, so what these...
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. The
Why
victims
would
are...
I be surprised?
Yeah. So
all I heard, it was all Mossad.
So my thing is this, Pat, if Trump isn't in there and Trump is innocent, then what's the other explanation? What's the other reason? Protecting people that have given you millions and millions to win. Bill Gates, who I know we'll get into later. Bill Gates yesterday, this guy, of all the stuff that he's done, he's sitting next to the president like everything is good.
And Melania.
Right there. Mind you, this is the guy that his wife, Melinda left him, and the main reason she said, her words, was because of his relationship after Epstein was already a convicted pedophile. She said, when I first met him, he was evil personified. You know what I mean? That's a huge step. She said, she goes, he was abhorrent, and she goes,
So what are you saying? You're saying that the president is protecting a guy like Bill Gates?
I believe, like people like John Paulson and stuff, this is just a guess. Some people would say that the reason that this hasn't come out, because I mean, how many mess ups, how many lies, from Pam Bondi to Kash Patel to Dan Bongino looking like this. He killed himself. Like somebody had a gun to his head, to now Trump saying it's a Democrat hoax. Something is off. Something is off. And I don't think we're ever going to get to the actual answer. And I don't think anybody will go to jail. Anybody. And that's a sad, sad thing for me to say.
I don't know if, okay, so Martha Stewart, she went to jail for 5 months.
Yeah.
For insider trading and for something that everybody today does, and she went away for, right? Okay. Do I think no one's going to be held accountable? So watch this, Vinny. Yeah. Here's one way of thinking about it. If you don't believe no one's going to be held accountable, not 100%, it's never going to be 100%, just so you know that. Yeah. It's never going to be 100%. The reason why it's never going to be 100% is why? You don't have enough documents to prove. By the way, it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yes.
But guess what the court needs?
Proof. Yeah, show me.
So I'm talking to one of the guys at school, and the dean at school, and he says to me, he says, Pat, if I get a claim, and if I don't have documentation, if I don't have anything, if I don't have videos, if I don't have anything, I move on. I can't do anything with it. Yeah. I need something and a couple other witnesses to say something like that happened. If they have it, they can do it. But watch this. If you don't believe anything can happen and nothing will be held accountable, why are we talking about it? Why are we talking about it? Why talk about it on the podcast? Why bring it up? What's the outcome of us talking about it?
I want them to know that we know.
Well,
I want them.
They know. But they know. We need to say it one time, and it's plenty. But actually think about to the core. Why do we talk about a certain story? How many times, Rob, would you say, in all the podcasts in 2025, how many podcasts, say we've done 2, 4, 8 times 7 months, let's just say, is what, 56? Out of the 56 podcasts we've done this year, Home Team Rob, how many times you think Epstein's been mentioned in one of those 56 podcasts?
Maybe a quarter.
Maybe a quarter?
25%.
I agree. So let's just say 14.
Higher than that, yeah. Go on.
Let's just say 14. Why are we talking about it? Actually ask the question, why are we talking about it?
Actually answer the question?
Yeah.
Because we have, I mean, we're at the point where we are right now because we know it's absolutely insane because they get away with murder, literally, that we want something to change, something to happen. I want justice for the...
Where does that come from? What emotion produces that? It's one word, and it starts with the letter H.
Hate?
It's one word. No, hope.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I hope that they're going to freaking...
Right. But guess what we need with hope? Hope is a very powerful thing. Mm-hmm. The moment you no longer hope, you no longer think justice will be held, hope is gone. When hope is gone, what do? They give up. When people give up, what happens? More victims. So I believe even bringing it up, and now you're seeing Marjorie, Taylor Greene. You're seeing Rokana. You're seeing Massie. By the way, Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't part of the same camp as Massie. I think Massie's here. Marjorie Taylor Greene is here. Marjorie Taylor Greene was the one when Kevin McCarthy was up on there negotiating all this stuff, says, hey, pick up the phone, Trump. Like, people forget who she is. She's like a America First Trump at the highest level. Now she's here. Rob, go ahead and play this clip.
The largest press conference that I've seen since I've been here. And this is because this is an issue that matters so much to Americans. This is an issue that doesn't have political boundaries. It's an issue that Republicans and Democrats should never fight about. As a matter of fact, it's such an important issue that it should bring us all together. It's grieved me to watch the arguments and debates take place among my colleagues and even the administration. I think this is something that was worth fighting for. You see, the women behind me are going to tell you stories that you've never heard before. These are unimaginable horrors that they've lived with for their entire lives since they were very, very young. But these are also similar stories that many children, teenagers, women, and even men are enduring nightmares right now as we speak.
You can pause it. So she goes on, and then Rob, there's another clip as well. What is the other clip that President Trump calling it a hoax? Go for it.
So this is a Democrat hoax that never ends. You know, it reminds me a little of the Kennedy situation. We gave him everything over and over again, more and more and more, and nobody's ever satisfied. From what I understand, I could check, but from what I understand, thousands of pages of documents have been given. But it's really a Democrat hoax because they're trying to get people to talk about something that's totally irrelevant to the success that we've had as a nation since I've been president.
Both can be right.
I know.
Why are you saying a hoax?
Yep. It's not a hoax.
Why don't you just say, let's see what happens? I've empowered my guys to find out.
So let me ask you a question then, Pat. Why would he say that? Why would the president of the United States say, which we all know is not true, that this is a hoax? There are women that are standing there that I guarantee would pass a lie detector test, that they were assaulted by Jeffrey Epstein. And here's my thing, Pat. They're saying, we have the names. We're going to put out our own list. Why don't they go in a session, bring them in there, bring the people in there? It'd be easy to corroborate with evidence of the footage that the FBI or somebody has, which, what is it, missing? They have the footage of Jeffrey's of his house with all the footage. What are we even talking about?
Rob, what is this, the flyover?
Okay, so this clip right here, hang on one second here. F-16s flew over the Epstein press conference while the victims were
Let's hear it.
Justice telling me that this was going to happen when it had already happened. This woman abused children.
Who's flying over? What is that?
That's our F-16s.
Intentionally, or
I have no idea, but the timing is pretty freaking crazy. Look how long they had to stop talking.
This is taking place in D.C.?
Yeah.
Yes, on Capitol
Tom,
Hill.
your thoughts. Tom, your thoughts here.
So, some things die, some things stay, and some things keep getting bigger. When you have stories like this one keeps getting bigger. Now you've got Gloria Allred with even more victims talking about New Mexico Ranch, not just the island, not Ghislaine.
Zora Ranch.
Yeah, the
8,000
ranch in Mexico
acres.
in 1996.
Yeah.
So you've got 3 women that's saying, I will give you dates, I will show you flights, I will show you where it was, and we're compiling our own list. So to me, that's more stuff coming. Why do these people do it? They're not paid influencers hiding behind an account on X just trying to howl at the moon on some issue. You know how that works. They lobbyists and pay people to do that. No, these are people coming to a microphone, putting their face in the public eye, and it's getting worse. So, and now MTG, she comes down there, and now she comes out, and then there's little things going on. What's she doing? And people are upset with her. She's taking political risks coming to that microphone. And now you have MTG. It's getting worse. And so I look at it as that people are realizing the depth of what happened here. And I think that there's a deal. It's like, why does Ghislaine go from one prison down to the
a lesser prison,
a lesser restrictive and a lesser harsh prison by a lot of people's descriptions?
Yeah.
That's in Texas. Why? How did she move there? Was this part of the negotiation?
Todd
Look,
Blanche,
I'll talk to you. I'll give you an interview, but you got to move me
Help me,
to a little bit more comfortable prison. They didn't send her to a condo. They sent her to another prison. So, Pat, it keeps getting worse. And that's what bothers me. What bothers me is more keeps coming out. It's not more people covering it.
He just has to do one thing. Stop calling it a hoax.
Agree.
Stop, trolling this topic because you're turning your own team against you. Keep saying, I've empowered Bondi. I've empowered Cash. I've empowered Anna Paulina. I've empowered them, and whatever they come out with, we will release. Stop calling it a hoax. You can't keep calling it a hoax. It is, you have so many great things that's going on right now in America. So many great things. Streets of the biggest criminal, crimes, homicides taking, you're cleaning it up. Border is clean. Tariffs, $30 billion in August, guys. $30 billion of revenue in August.
Cash to the U.S. and United States.
Cash to the U.S. This is a record-breaking month in the history of America with tariffs. They thought inflation was going to be crazy. Didn't happen. You got stuff that's going on right now where rates are about to go down 3 more times between now and the end of the year, give or take. 2 or 3 more times between now and the end of the year. This is stuff that we've never seen. Borders clean. You're doing deals with people. You've cornered people that are wanting to do stuff with you. They're coming to you. They're knocking on the door. Don't say hoax. It's not helping your camp out. Leave it alone and let them do the job. He has a way of saying things which is very powerful. I hope he's watching this, even if it's by himself. When you say things like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, the reality, I've hired great people, and let's see what they find out, and justice will prevail, and let's leave it up to them. And if it happened, great. If it didn't happen, great. But guess what? What I don't like is a lot of people use the Me Too movement to ruin a lot of men's lives, and that concerns me. And that's something that makes me very uncomfortable, because we saw when it happened at first, everything was about Me Too, Me Too, Me Too. Everybody, one by one, they started to 30 million, 20 million, 18 million, 16 million. It was like, let me get everybody. And doesn't mean everybody was part of the Me Too movement, right? So I'm a little bit sympathetic to that, because I saw what happened and it ruined a lot of men's lives. But if there are people that did do it and there is proof to it, let justice prevail. That's all you have to say. You don't need to say hoax. There's no benefit of saying that. There's literally no benefit of calling it that. All these massive documentaries that are being done where kids are saying, a girl goes and brought 14-year-old girls to Epstein that he hooked up with, and she got paid $200 for bringing a 14-year-old girl from her high school.
Yep.
You think that's an act? And then she got in trouble because she brought 24 girls to Epstein. Why would she get in trouble for bringing 24 girls? Why would the cops say you're also committing a crime? What is the crime? She brought underage girls to Epstein. The cop says, you're also a criminal. What did I do wrong? How about him? Well, no, you're bringing underage. So if she's getting in trouble for it, so that means he's doing it. So if he's doing it, the victims are there. This is overly documented. So I don't know. I think every time it goes like this, notice the pattern with, and I don't want to go a lot with Epstein from your and Adam. I just want to move on to the next stories. If you have anything unique you want to say, tell me. If it's anything that's the same old, if this is not on my top 20 list, this is not this, we can just move on. I'll come to a different story with you. But this is what I want you to be thinking about. If it goes like this, notice the Epstein story. It peaks. Then what does it do?
Dips.
And then you say hoax.
Boom.
And it comes back up.
Yep.
So guess what? It's because you're the momentum. Change the script. Give a different message. And let your guys do the part. Whatever you truly want to say it privately. Stop calling it a hoax publicly. There's other things that we can go with. I just don't know if I like that approach that he's taking. Is there anything unique you want to say?
Do.
Go ahead.
So you may not want to call it a hoax. You might not want to call it a cover-up, but you can certainly call it a secret. Because are you familiar with the secret rule in grand jury testimonies? A rule called 6E? Have you heard about any of this? So you guys cover Epstein more than me, but I heard something that might be the reason that nobody can say a damn word. So find out what Rule 6E is. It's basically secrecy. It's a secrecy rule for the U.S. federal grand juries, and it's basically a shield where you can't say anything at all. It's like a gag order or a sealed document, no matter what the rule is. So why does this always come back to the courts? Always come back to the courts. Always come back to the courts. You think Thomas Massie knows anything about this? You think Marjorie Greene knows anything about this? If Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and Dan Bongino aren't saying anything, these two guys don't know anything. But I would encourage you to look into this thing called the secret rule, called Rule 6E. Shout out to Jeffrey Mead to talking about this. It's basically saying there's a gag order and you can't say a thing. So I'm removing complete emotion from this. Everyone gets so worked up about Epstein, but according to sealed documents, they cannot unseal them.
What the hell are you saying? What's the point? What do you mean? Rule 6E, secrecy requirement. So that's why you keep saying it's a hoax? And you think that's the right move? For me to keep saying it's a hoax instead of saying, I've empowered people to do the job and let's see what comes out. I've empowered them to do the job. Now you're saying the biggest press conference, now a girl that was on your side flips and is loud? You think Marjorie Taylor Greene is quiet? Girl trains 5-6 times a day. She can do more push-ups and pull-ups than 99% of men out there. You think she's going to stop? You think that's going to stop?
Nancy Mace?
Those are two different things. This could be correct.
Keep going.
Yeah, but all I'm saying, my frustration with this isn't with this. Let the guys do their part and find out what's the bottom of it. Let's get to the bottom of this.
I think everybody wants to get to the bottom of this, but this is a reason why they can never get to the bottom. Because the courts are intervening and saying, no, you're not going to find out anything.
My position is a different position.
These victims from New Mexico weren't in front of grand juries. They're coming to a microphone saying what happened to them in 1996.
I didn't make this law, guys.
No, Adam.
I'm saying what the law is.
Adam, what he's saying.
Why don't you look up it? It was meant to protect. It was meant to protect witnesses from other witnesses. That if I leaked, we're in a mob grand jury, and all of us are testifying against it, and I mention who was in there with me, and I mention also what went on in there, all of us could be retaliated against by the mob that wants to kill witnesses. So there are things in grand jury. I don't think it has anything to do with Epstein. These victims from 1996 from New Mexico are talking about what happened to themselves.
It definitely has something to do with
talking about
Epstein
in hearings, in open hearings, that Nancy Mace leaves in tears because it relates to her. So there may be grand jury elements here, but there's a lot of people it's getting up. And
yeah, last thing I know.
Sorry, Pat.
Don't argue with me.
No, we're not. No,
argue with ChatGPT and Rule 60.
Adam, ready for this?
Because that's what it says.
Adam,
here.
ready for this? I'm a girl that was assaulted by Epstein and some of these higher ups. I haven't gone to court. I haven't done nothing, but I'm going to the stand and I have a story to tell. There's nothing to do with grand jury. She hasn't been to court yet. What happens to that girl? Like, ready for this? I was raped. I was underage and X, Y, and Z at Epstein Island altar. And guess what? They're all in government or they're all big Silicon Valley guys. She has nothing to do with this rule. That's the thing. How is she going to come forward? Because the one girl that came forward, what happened to her? Prince Andrew, the girl. They paid her off, right? What was it, Pat?
Yeah.
Virginia Giuffre. What happened to that poor girl? They gave her money. The Prince of England.
She got hit by a bus.
Got hooked up with an underage girl, and you know his penalty was? A little bit of money and a slap on the wrist from the Queen, from his mother. And that was it. Pedophilia, put under the rug. That's it. That's what happens.
It's very simple.
Nobody's a fan of
backyard, Andrew.
We're trying to get to the bottom line of
Rob,
why they're not sealing these documents.
What did the girls, did you have one of what the girls were saying or no?
Yes, here's the victim talking about putting together their own list together.
Go for it.
Transparency is justice. Release the files, end the secrecy, and stand with us in declaring that no one, no billionaires, no politicians, not world leaders, is above the law.
It's going to keep getting bigger, guys.
And let me announce now.
For one reason.
Several of us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list of names.
Please hurry up. Do it.
Why haven't they done it yet?
They don't want to get lost.
They don't want to get hit by a freaking bus.
So check this out. So let me put it to you this way. To me, every time he says hoax, these things are going to get bigger. Very simple. Every time they say hoax, this is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It ain't going to get smaller. FYI, if I was a Democrat right now, I would be running with this 24/7.
Well, they are.
If I was a Democrat.
Really.
No, not really.
No, they're not. Not like
that. If I was a Democrat, I'm not talking mainstream, because mainstream knows a lot of the guys on that list are also Democrats. So a lot of Democrats also don't want their best friends and stuff to be affected by it, so that's why they're not doing it. But if I'm anything on the other side, like you're seeing Newsom's driving this. Newsom's on top of it, right? If I'm any of those guys, I'd be driving this. But I think Trump is sitting there saying they're not going to, because both sides are implicated. Both sides are, what do you call it? Is that the word?
Yeah, implicated. They're both guilty.
So if they're both guilty, but all I'm saying to you is keep saying hoax. Keep saying hoax and see if this thing goes away. It's not going to go away. It's going to keep getting bigger. Folks, go get these, because these products, I wore them. It feels anybody that sees it up front, they can't believe what it's like, what it looks like.
And can I say one thing?
May I?
Go ahead.
Pat, I wash and dry. I'm dead serious. I wash and dry. Nothing comes off. Nothing, because the majority of these do mess up.
It's amazing.
Take
it's
it
magic.
off,
It's
Vinny.
magical. For those of you in California, the ink is flame retardant.
Go
wildfire season.
Go to vtmerch.com. Get your future looks bright. By the way, Rob, can you go to the new polo? Can you go to the polo shirts that we got? Guys, I saw a polo shirt that just came in. Eric Caballero was wearing it. First of all, I could not believe how ridiculous these polos were. Can you just go to search and type in? Okay, go a little bit lower, see maybe if it's there. Go a little bit lower, 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 lower. Oh, you're about to get to. Keep going lower. That one right there to the right.
Snap.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, and he's
zoom
jacked.
in. By the way, zoom in. Go back a little bit, Rob, to zoom in. The buttons are Valuetainment logo buttons.
I got it.
And the material is I should have shown you the picture of Eric Caballero wearing that shirt.
And he's jacked.
Well,
Put the link to that as well.
ripped.
The material of these polos are awesome. For some of you guys that are going to work, it's hot. You want to wear something nice. These are high-end quality polo shirts that just came in as well. Rob, if you want to put it on VT merch. Again, this is to all the people that we see. The other day, one of my guys goes to, he's wearing a PBD podcast shirt, and he goes out to a game. He says, Pat, if I tell you 50 people stop to come and talk to me, we watch it as well, we watch it as well, we watch it as well. To all the crazies out there that support what we're doing, we love you, we appreciate you, and we cannot wait to run into you somewhere here soon. Who knows where that's going to be. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.